a short filmmaker finally having a crack at making something more than 60 minutes, which he definitely achieved by 1 minute and 40 seconds. No joke. He literally made the cut by 1 minute and 40 seconds. Way to stretch a video out, Dhar Mann. Now, usually Dhar Mann makes like 8 minute to 10, maybe even to like 15 if it's a lucky day. He's been making longer content recently, but usually like, not really. And to stretch one of his plots and like scripts to an hour is way too much, and the movie really did suffer from that because it was not too good. And overall, the acting was okay. It was a Dhar Mann video, so what do you expect? Of course, he uploaded the feature film onto YouTube. Like, okay, you couldn't have got it onto like Amazon Prime or something, because that would have been like cooler, honestly. But I guess YouTube is his like biggest audience, and he actually first premiered the video, a movie in a separate video, which has 5 million views at the moment, and then the movie itself, just the movie, has 6 million views. And in the first premiere, he like interrupts the movie midway through for like 20 minutes, and it's like really, really funny. But then we get onto like the thumbnail. You know, the regular Dhar Mann thumbnail. It's the text with the white 2 lines and then 1 blue line that's like adopted or something. And this thumbnail has a red background and then a cutout of the main character crying in a horrible picture. Like, no offense, the main character's fine, but like that picture they took of her was like, I don't want to watch that. That thumbnail is like repulsive. And then like they outline it in white, which makes it even worse. Now, the worst part about the movie was not the acting, surprisingly. The acting was actually fine, and I liked how they used like different actors than their regular actors. I thought that was really nice, since it was like a new face, you know. But they used their main character, the main girl that's been like a lot of Dhar Mann's, to be the 15-year-old girl. I'm pretty sure she's like 12 or 13. She does not look 15. They could have gone younger. But basically what happens is she freaks out because her parents tell her on her birthday that she's adopted. So naturally what she does is she goes out and tries to find her parents. So she gets her birth certificate, looks for her dad. Her dad is in jail. So that's kind of like a red flag. I wouldn't go to jail to go see my birth father, like, especially if he just disowned me, right? But she did instead, and instead of like telling the truth to the police officer that let her in, like, hey, I want to see my birth dad, like, I haven't seen him forever, and I want to see him, she lies and it's like, oh, I haven't seen him to this year, it's his birthday.
They were in an apartment. Yeah, they couldn't have been, because
I don't love him.
attic.
And Dhar Mann.
Hey,
What is she saying?
hey, don't talk like that. I'm sure he'll understand that.
Why is she lying? Why doesn't she just say, I'm adopted, I'm trying to see my real dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if your daughter didn't come to see you on your birthday. How would you feel?
Yeah. How would you feel?
So then she gets in, he's like, oh, you don't want to see your mother, she's running away from the cops, and she sees her mother. But the dad tells her she has like a sister, so she goes and sees the sister. Sister is like really bitter at first, and she's like, hey, don't go find your mom, that's not a good idea. She came to me for money and then like didn't want to, it's like the first time she came to me. That's also like a red flag, but no. She goes through LA once more to find her mother, which is in an apartment complex, and she's a crackhead. And then she tries to stay the night at this apartment, this super dirty apartment with no food.
Like, obviously, if they're, like, criminals, I'm not going to, but if they're just normal people, then...
You got the stuff.
Excuse me?
She stays there for way too long, I think, like, into the night. And then, like, they go out and it's like, hey, we need to find some. We can find some on the street, right? Drugs. And so the mom takes the girl's phone for, like, I don't even know how long, but it must have been a while. and she just lets her take her phone, and then they like go out, do something, and then come back. And she gets her phone back, but she doesn't leave yet. Like, she's just been reading a book in that dirty ass apartment. And it's like, okay. And then, like, she tries to stay the night, but then the mom's like, hey, you can sleep on the floor. Here's a pillow or something. And then she finally decides to go home, and where she finds her mother and father, or adopted mother, father, I don't know. And it's just really bad because, like, she goes on for an hour trying to find her mom and then stays there for like a good 10 minutes of the movie. And it just really pissed me off because all that for her to not realize, hey, this is probably a bad idea, huh? Like, still, no, she stays there. And it's like, okay, cool. And then, like, another thing that really pissed me off, like, this is a small detail, but she gets home, right? And there's still, this is on Thanksgiving, right? And they still have Thanksgiving dinner prepared. It's probably cold by now because it's been a few hours, right? And she gets home. She doesn't wash her hands. And she eats corn on the cob.
Yeah, I can be a family with a robot.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't need blood.
Sounds like a great idea.
Damn.
Can you wash your hands, please?
Probably super cold.
Huh?
Yeah, it's been there for a while.
Yeah, also wash your hands.
I'm so hungry. I just...
Yeah, please.
Okay.
I cannot imagine how.
Ah! She didn't wash her hands. That is so gross, dude.
Dude, I
Ah!
cannot imagine how dirty that apartment.
Oh my god!
With every bite, she's probably like inhaling drugs.
You just went to jail to some crackhead's house. Alright, thanks for watching my Dhar Mann cinematic feature film review. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, subscribe. I would much appreciate that. And bye.